You guys have probably seen this, but if not, here's a great little review for you. Obviously, I was drawn to the little skull logo and said, what the heck is this, and how does it compare to the other one? So we're going to find out. We've got our little Punisher logo. I'm not a big fan of this because it looks like they ripped it off. That Punisher logo is just, it's so overused, and it's got so many applications now, from like people wanting to support the police with it to people just wanting to be like badass and like, hey, look at me, I'm the Punisher. Yeah, nobody believes you. I wish that they had just left it to the comic books, right? Okay, so what do we got here? Loca Moca. It is not clear how this is different than the other one here. So what do we got? Okay, so our flavor profile here, it's interesting. They just say mocha. So I'm expecting this to be a little bit more chocolatey than the other one here. Here we've got rich chocolate and robust coffee. That's interesting. This is called Killer Brew, so that says coffee to me. Mocha says chocolate, so we've got coffee, chocolate, and we've got coffee, chocolate. So we'll see. All right, the other thing I noticed was this. Okay, this is Killer Brew is brewed with coffee plus cream with an indulgent mocha flavor. That term indulgent, it tells me this should be like a thicker milkshake almost. Thinking like a Starbucks bottled Frappuccino. We should talk about those. Those are good. I used to love those. Whereas this one is an extra boost. They've got Java Monster is just basically touting the caffeine here. I would guess that this Killer Brew is going to be more coffee forward, more silky, more thick body. So we're gonna go through there. Let's crack the sky open. Actually, let's talk a little bit about the nutrition first. We've got 220 calories. Okay, if I remember right, our Java Monster has 200. So we can leave this guy up, right? Okay, so in Monster 300, we've got 3 grams of fat. In Killer Brew, we've got 5 grams of fat, 3 grams of saturated fat. So we're upping all of that. Let's look at that sodium. 440 milligrams as opposed to 270. This is totally indulgent. We've got 37 grams of protein. 37 carbohydrates. Where are we? 35, not too bad. Protein, we've got an extra gram in this Killer Brew as opposed to the 7. All right, let's look at our percentage here because, we want to be healthy. We've got 25% calcium. There's totally way heavier milk in here. That's where that cream is coming from. 10% potassium, 240% B3. We're getting into that energy blend. Phosphorus at 15. There's more phosphorus. I wonder what that's about. Okay. Iron, 6%. Oh, we're way down in iron. And then the riboflavin and the B6. Okay, those are, again, that vitamin B mixture that NOS promotes as their energy blend. So we've got that there. Very cool. Let's crack it open. I'm going to give it a light turn because if there is milk solids and there is chocolate solids in there, we want to make sure that's all kind of mixed up. Got my fancy glass here. There we go. That's pretty thick. Looks like that bottled Frappuccino from Starbucks. I should have bought the 300 to see how thin it was. Let's give this a whirl. I like that. If you're on the road, this is your go-to. You guys know that I'm on that Dialed In Coffee podcast. So in general, I've got a lot of coffee knowledge, and people will call me snobby sometimes because I hand brew my coffee. I get it fresh. There's just a lot of things that go into it. I've got a coffee episode coming up for us also with a sample I got from the Standard magazine subscription. Always a good thing there. Let's talk about the coffee. First of all, also nice little foam head on there that, you know, just makes things look a little fancy and nice. It's got a light coffee flavor. It's got that sweetness. I don't quite know that it's chocolate. It almost has a vanilla flavor to me. It'd be interesting if they did have a vanilla flavor, how different that would be. We might have to grab the 300. It should be noted, I've had the 300s before. I don't like them. They taste like you poured coffee into Monster, and that's not appealing. Like, give me Monster, give me coffee. So, more about this. There's a nice body to it. It's not completely thick like a milkshake. It drinks like coffee and cream. I don't have a ton to say about this other than I would not buy those Monster 300s, even the other Java Monsters. Like, let's see what they've got, okay? Where are we at? Here's our coffee stuff. I don't know how you guys feel about cookies. It drives me crazy. All right, so, let's go up here. Look at that. All right, so we've got our traditional Java line. All these guys came out. I had high hopes for this Irish cream. Maybe we'll bring that back and do a formal episode on it. But in general, all of these just taste like Monster and you added stuff into it. Even the vanilla and the chocolate and the salted caramel, they've got those hints of things, but it still tastes like Monster mixed with it, which is not great. So I have a feeling that people who buy these are people who are dedicated Monster fans and they just want to buy something different. So we've got the Mean Bean. I got that down in the fridge. We'll throw that review up also. We've got the Loca Moca, and then we've got the other two. Again, these guys, they kind of just remind me of these with more caffeine. It's like a triple shot or whatever you want to do. Shot in the dark, okay? If I was going to buy coffee stuff, I'd go buy something like, what have they got now? Honestly, I'd go to Starbucks. They've got amazing bottled beverages. But this Killer Brew, this is solid. And for $3, I think it's cheaper than the Starbucks stuff. I'm definitely going to go to this when I'm looking for something a little sweet, something cold. If you're a big fan of cold brew, I can't remember. I'll double check to see if I did an Elton Brown's cold brew recipe. It's got chicory in it, and it's fabulous. I make it at home every winter. I make it at home every summer, and it's great to have in the fridge. If you can learn to make all this stuff, you will save yourself a ton of cash. All right, so there we go, okay? We've got the Monster Killer Brew. I think this is a welcome addition to their coffee line and their line in general. It has 300 milligrams of coffee. I bet they're going to get rid of the Monster 300 coffee line. I would also bet that we're going to see a vanilla flavor pop out. For only 20 more calories, you get a much better flavor, more coffee forward, a subtle sweetness, and something that is going to be great on a hot morning. Definitely something on the road. Huh. It says it's only 15 ounces, but that's a 16-ounce can. That's interesting. I wonder if there's more room in there. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. It says triple shot on it. So maybe they did some espresso in there. We'll do a little bit more digging, and maybe we'll add to the video before we publish. And enjoy your beverages.